We're doing it!
We're here!
Yeah.
Chronicles of Future Earth!
Here we are. Escape from Butcher Bay.
No. What did I miss?
Oh, sorry. The Chronicles of Riddick. Escape from Butcher Bay, excuse me. That was a very obscure reference.
Everybody looks good on camera.
Oh.
Excellent.
Check that off the box.
Never heard that before. Oh! Dang! That was a joke.
Well,
No,
this is the 4th and final episode, so I anticipate you all dying by the...
I'm planning on it.
So...
If Ed betrays us, I'm gonna be PO'd.
Fetid plasma would never be...
Yeah. Never.
Oh no.
If we die, he dies with
He
us.
slipped up and gave you guys that information about
Oh, yikes.
Dread.
He might be in
that
trouble.
person that we all know.
I don't like that.
Okay, so... The group.
Do you have...
Maybe we should introduce our characters really quick. That'd be
Sure.
a good place to start. And I will show images of them. Let's start with Dostinor.
Dostinor.
So ready.
Where to begin? Dostinor, the Kordov Legionnaire, a devoted follower of the deity Lord Regos, Indomitable, has a connection to the lovely Time Priestess, though they have some temple politics that keep them from seeing eye to eye. I am bereft to have learned that Chaibayan, the adorable alien ward of Dostinor, was gravely wounded at the end of last episode. This is what happens when you're...
Abdicating your responsibilities?
Yes! Wait! That was not on me! Dostinor is not at fault here!
You should have been there! Yes, that.
Dostinor. Excellent.
Large, in charge, sunglasses.
Yes.
Way cool.
The pivotal,
Way past cool.
pivotal sunglasses. Also with strange eyes, Gaddy.
Yeah, so Gaddy is a young, I think it's 22 or 21 or something. So young Bardic College dropout. She has recently encountered the eye biter demons in the Artifex Deep.
It's like oddly specific.
Artifex Deeps, where they're after Heisoke helped Gaddy get her new Zoic eyes, so that's why she's got strange eyes. Heisoke is now missing, and the group is headed to Artifex Deep, and Gaddy is hoping to find her mentor there.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And Dri Bonbach.
Dri Bonbach is a Tung Mai master, and he is not human. He is a mantis man. He follows the mystical martial art of the Tiradat, otherwise known as the Sixfold Way, which lets them control their wild instincts to become calm and collected, and precise fighting machines. There was a large legion of them up until very recently, when an entire legion of them in the city of Kordov were basically like attacked and like scattered all over the place due to the devastation of Kordov.
Chaos beasts that were destroying armies, indeed.
Yeah, so he's currently what's known as rootless, and looking for other members of his legion. He was looking for his apprentice Krull, but we found him in episode 2. So yeah, he has joined our heroes to hopefully find the rest of his folks. And the other thing is that eerily he thinks Dostinor may be the anchor that he seeks. So we'll see how that plays out.
Spoiler alert.
Spoilers.
Yes.
This isn't right on my sheet where everyone can see. So
All right.
Chinda.
So I am Chinda Hajira, chronicler, priestess of Unthar, and priestess of time. And Dosnor means a lot to me, but in a different way. So I think Dosnor should follow my instruction more than he does. Last episode probably would have gone better if Dosnor was here to listen to my benevolent commands. But what can you do?
And he can't argue with that.
And yeah, I am, unlike Dosnor, I am very politically driven, and I feel like the object that is in Artifex Deep would be better suited to be in my hands as opposed to the hands that it has fallen in. So we're going in there to retrieve the artifact or retrieve the item and get everything back on course.
Yeah, some kind of strange item was witnessed in the first session, being traded between the Black Galleymen, who were some far distant, almost humanoid people with weird, kind of almost shark-like faces that had been capturing people in the city of Glorious Kados, where we are currently in. I got a excellent picture of Glorious Kados that I'll pull up while I'm talking, but the group witnessed this strange transaction and have since investigated and found out this object was being traded to a cult of Void Cultists, that we've been calling them, right? They've been worshipping this strange sigil that we've seen multiple times of this, like, I feel like it was described as a screaming man's face that was like coiling in on itself. That is not associated with any god that we've been able to identify so far. But this artifact is a powerful artifact of ancient times that it is known, if we were to be able to collect it and bring it back to the church or to whoever, that it would be a great boon. And if it's in the wrong hands, terrible things could be happening with it. And so last week, so the second week, they delved into the ship of the Black Galleymen because Chai Bayan, the other player character, was captured by the Black Galleymen, and so delved into that and freed them and gained some more information about the Void Cultists. And also in the first session, you guys interrogated a slaver who sold to the Void Cultists. And so then in last session, you made a new friend on the docks, fetid Masma.
Our best friend.
The best.
who is a maggot man. He is a man-sized vaguely humanoid maggot creature. So he has like chubby hands and
So chunky.
And his job was to feed the lanterns that lit the above ground of Kados during the night, so that it could be visible. And he used basically weird mushrooms that grow in the cesspool where everyone pours all of their chamber pots, which he loved. He loved and described as being glorious. And when Chaiban read his thoughts, remembered of how great it was, and you guys were convinced that was the best route. And then that wonderful moment as a GM when you describe a scene so clearly that you realize that's where the scene has to go down. And so the assassin struck as you guys were spiraling down this ramp towards the cesspool.
The poop pit.
Yeah, assassin struck. Who had, it was revealed through Fetid Masma's loose tongue that they are Gedge's assassins, and likely that you guys were you were peeking into some things that should not be peeked into, and someone was onto it. And it was put together before the end of the session that it had to do with the slaver being burnt about Chai Bayan blasting him and kind of getting too deep into this conversation about the Void Cultists, so that guy was hiding something. So last we left off, you guys had snuck into the Stitcher's place and had stolen some information, incriminating information about the Stitcher, and it was learned that person
Explain for who the Stitcher is, by the way.
Yeah, the Stitcher was kind of the pauper's doctor that you guys decided to go to for some reason.
The sister was closest.
Instead of the
yes.
other doctor that has some good reputation.
Yes,
and
that is
being
an
a doctor.
actual doctor. This one is more of a seedy type that had come from the Artifex Deeps in a previous time, and through skill of her own, managed to find a life above ground as a Stitcher. And since Chai Bayan suffered a terrible wound to the lung, an arrow that punctured Chai Bayan's lung was healed, and while that was going on, the Stitcher was doing that. You guys were investigating and discovering some pieces of information that this character was kind of in league with the Void Cultists. At least she had sold some people who she put under with anesthesia or whatnot, and then had sold to the Void Cultists. Right? And so I believe you guys snuck back into the place after she left in order to talk to the slaver. So they're all kind of starting to get a little bit wary of you guys being around and asking questions about this topic, so they're kind of communicating with one another. And while that was happening, you snuck in and stole a whole bunch of incriminating information to be taken to the authorities.
Yep.
And we'll say Chai Bayan is doing that while recovering from is dealing with the administrative standing in line at the city council.
Yeah.
Where's Kados? And what are you guys doing?
So we finished our investigation. We're like done with that scene.
Okay. Unless there was something that wasn't resolved that you wanted.
Nope. Just checking to make sure that we're done with that piece.
Gaddy stole that thing that you tried to steal initially, and then we bounced.
Yeah, all that information.
Remember the
Oh yeah, the blood orb or whatever it was. Yeah.
that I was trying to steal initially. Went back for it.
Finally, I got it.
Did it look like this? Maybe?
I think that's exactly it.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Prop for tonight. Maybe it'll come in handy.
Oh yes.
Everyone should grab 5 fate tokens. For those watching at home, this is Chronicles of Future Earth, which finished kickstarting last week. It was fully successful, and here's a link to it. It's a heavily modified Fate Core, cosmic fantasy, far future, with aliens and all kinds of strange creatures, and some delightfully epic level progression that is being created. And I mean, there's a lot of things that are created just for this system, just for this game, that are Fate. Got a lot of magics, different races, demon swords, psionics, spellcasting, communities, all kinds of really awesome stuff that is blowing out the Fate rules to a new level. Yes, so that's that. What's your guys' plan?
I'm not rolling any dice as usual until I roll the gravity well.
I got bad news. I forgot the gravity well at Joshua.
Oh no!
What do we do?
Ivan brought like an otherworldly creature to like put on it instead of just
it's
a bird.
Great bird skull.
Well, it's like a weird mix because it has like a human backside, but it's got some sort of weird cow jaw. That
Let's
I
say
don't know
that
what's
it's
in the middle. It's like a griffin skull.
We'll say that it's a bird.
It's a bird.
Well, I think we did excellent then by default on the gravity well.
Yeah.
I think we created.
What do we do?
I think
Here,
We have to do
I'm
something.
sorry, guys.
it's the gravity skull
I
now.
do have some dice that are not. That are large. No, I think those are in the same bag. Yeah.
Wow.
I know.
happened?
I failed you guys. I'm sorry.
We're gonna do bad.
You didn't fail us. You failed the whole world.
I know.
That's
watching.
I know. I failed all of our kindly viewers. The gravity well is an important ritualistic thing, and I have destroyed it by insisting that I bring those dice because the last week I forgot them for Wednesday, and then everyone was criticizing me. So, you can't win.
Well, you're forgiven. We'll forgive you.
Mostly, there's some kind of hacks placed upon Josh's home that things tend to just remain there.
Yeah.
That was the real gravity well the whole time.
Oh, this now makes sense.
But see, it's not just Josh's house, because before he moved, it was the same. I think it's Josh.
He's the gravity well.
sorcerer.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Or maybe he's the sorcerer supreme.
Well, we'll just pretend we rolled.
Yeah.
We
And
did
you guys rolled
excellent.
well, I guess.
You did
or-
good.
Is it?
We can roll our individual dice and then just claim it.
Yeah, I think that's a good alternative to the gravity well.
I don't like mine. Mulligan.
In case you're wondering at home what the gravity well is, here's Chat Golem to
two.
explain it for us.
We got a 2.
I also got a 2.
This looks like a cumulative
No, I was talking about yours.
-1.
You got a -2, right?
I'm swapping mine. I'm gonna go with the purple one being good from now on for the rest of the evening because this one always rolls terrible and it's a different type of die.
I'm
So-
gonna say that I'm probably not gonna beat a 2. It seems
Oh.
unusual to beat a 2. So,
I thought we were all rolling individually.
This is our like for
well, like it's kind of like how the gravity roll works, where it's like you whoever rolls can't, then that last one is like.
Yes, I know the regular gravity well rules, but I thought we all had to roll individually since there aren't dice that are large enough.
My vote is. I'll be right back. I would like to go question the tavern folks for whereabouts on 1 are unscrupulous people we're tracking, and 2 if anyone's seen any mantis men.
Okay.
That's my vote.
It's in Ghazi's.
Gaddy's kind of like pretty nervous to get down to the deeps, but also is like, we've got enough info. We need to just do this thing. Like, would we have received like some location stuff from the Stitcher, or like was that just
No, people
info
have
that she was involved?
people have met in the deeps to make the trade. It has not been known.
That's such
Oh,
a
yes.
cute cup.
Somebody else want
The
tea, by the way?
Yes, I will.
I'll take some tea.
Okay. Would you like some as well?
I'm good.
Okay.
There are coasters there too.
Ooh, keep me in on that coaster action.
This table isn't empty.
Yeah, so Gaddy's itching to get to the deeps, but is willing to stop the tavern for sure for her
Yeah.
mantis man who she loves.
It seems like you guys have some links into the deep,
We
right?
can go straight for the deep too. That's fine.
You know this guy Gadge who sent the assassins to get you.
Thank you.
Is more intimately tied in with the Void Cultists, because I guess maybe that's not a.
I think we kind of assumed that they were all in a circle together. We didn't know how much they were involved, just simply because Chavian messed with the slavers, and now they're chasing after us. We got to the slaver originally because of the fact that we were chasing down how to get to the deeps and all that stuff. So connected, but not necessarily knowing.
Yeah. Fetid Mesma is also willing to guide you guys around the deeps.
So he's still around?
So he
Okay, well,
doesn't,
absolutely.
He doesn't know where they are, but he knows the deeps.
Yeah.
I want to deputize him as one of our crew.
The GM NPC.
So we're gonna go see the F-man?
See what, man?
F-man?
Well, we might be able to find some more location information if we hit up the tavern like you had suggested to.
I'm okay with either. Just depends on how everybody else wants to do it, but I'll go for the tavern. Unless we want to go straight for the deep with our favorite maggot man.
Yeah. I feel like Dostor needs to meet Fetid Mesma.
I do. I agree.
We should bring him along as a drinking buddy. We can compromise.
Totally. Yeah, can we?
I mean, when was the last time Fetid Miasma got a chance to go drinking with his buddies?
never. He doesn't have buddies.
Never.
I need a new apprentice.
Can we go get? I want to go get him, and then we can go to the bar.
I'm not sure if Masma is gonna want to go to the bar. I couldn't even tell how he even drinks at all. Where does he put it?
You pour it on him and he like just absorbs it through his skin.
Yeah, that might gross me out a little bit.
Yeah, I'm kind of picturing what are those things called? Those microscopic like bears.
Water
bears.
bears. Yeah, tardigrades.
I'm kind of picturing that, and so it has
That's
one of those
exactly-
mouths that are like round and like the teeth. Yeah.
Yes. Aw.
Yeah, that's what I'm picturing, and that's got that humanoid kind of almost shape.
Yeah.
I kind of just
Imagine one of those, but upright, and but also like doing that slug thing. That's pivotal, right? The Jabba the Hutt like slug thing.
I just want him to be in there, and like the smell repels everyone, and so that's like an obstacle we have to overcome to like get information from people.
Totally.
Just like, oh god, what is it? Smell. Oh.
All right, you guys tracking him down. It's evening,
Yes. We know where he at.
or it's well, I guess it's you guys rest, and then it's the next day, huh?
Yeah. We would have rested after that last encounter.
I took a few micro naps.
You already know his schedule from like interacting with him, and during the day he gathers the mushrooms in the pit, and we'll say that because he really liked you guys and really trusted you, he lent you a key to open up that rampway.
Oh, awesome.
Sweet.
I figured we knew his schedule because Chaibayan like wrote a detailed document of like from 5 p.m. to 5:15, and then just handed it to us as like a copy.
Yes.
Yeah, we can go for it. Let's go down.
To the
Go down the
pit.
hole.
Into the stool pit. That's what it's called.
This is just where the rest of this campaign's gonna exist. Already.
Another battle happens along the.
That's a pretty shitty campaign, man.
Fantastic.
It came up in the GMXP on Thursday of one of my suggestions for crafting a dynamic encounter is to have an edge that you can't fall off of. And I was like, on Sunday, there was this edge that if you fell off of it, you were like in a pile of stool, like 30 feet down, 100 feet down. Like, that would effectively take you out of the combat. In any case, we do a GMXP talk show about game mastering on Thursdays. Check us out on Thursdays. BT dubs. All right, so you guys use the key. You unlock the rampway that Fetid Masma takes down. Immediately, you are confronted by the noxious fumes. Was the term I had used last week, right? The noxious fumes of this stool pit that everyone in the city all take their chamber pots to. Yeah.
I feel like I'm prepared this time and have a mask and have some like essential oils in the mask.
In the mask, yeah. You're got the plague doctor thing going on.
Totally.
Perfect. All right, you guys head down this.
Yeah.
You find relics of the battle that you partook. You find some tattered pieces of cloaks from these guys that were sneaking around, and a broken arrow shaft, and
Sing me the song, Gatti, of how Chaibayan, ward of Dostanor, loyal servant of Kuradov Indomitable, stood here and was wounded gravely.
Caddy begins to pick slowly and then begins to sing something about how the scared alien life form cried and wept deeply when their lung was punctured and Gaddy had to save their life. And it goes on
it's echoing
similarly
across the walls of the tunnel, or the spiral as you guys are going down it, and your strange globe light is flickering. I don't remember exactly what is used, but I always like in my go-to gag in future settings is the glass sphere that has some kind of glowing insects in it.
Yeah.
That you like shake and then they light up, and you use that as your globe. So you guys are traveling down this spiral staircase, and the sound is echoing of the tune, and then you hear a voice from below of, "Oh, my friends!
I know that smell.
Isn't it magnificent?"
It's certainly not gotten any better. That's what you're asking.
Oh, it gets even better when you get close. When you're in its midst, it is the most glorious.
Again, as we brought up last week, since Gaddy sees an infrared, she just sees the heat of this like poop pit just rising through the air and going into people's mouths and stuff, and it just makes her really want to barf.
And just all the myriad insects and like microorganisms and stuff that are just drifting on
It's so
I'd like to point out I
gross.
don't have a nose. I have spiracles. Okay. So,
Unaffected.
but I too, I smell it. I feel it in my carapace.
Kill the smell.
Masma, we're really trying to get to the deeps this time. Or what was our plan? I'm sorry. We were gonna take him to the bar. Is
We're gonna go to grab Masma, go to the bar, talk to the folks at the bar,
Yes.
and then have like a point of entry, and then you.
Can you drink? Can you drink things? Do you drink things?
Oh no. That's too fancy for me. Sorry, I can't get the Masma voice this week.
More nasally.
Nonsense,
There you
my
go.
friend. Nonsense. And I
There it
like
is.
smack him like on his whatever is supposed to be his backside, and he just goes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And then a
Wet
like
feeling.
thread of
Ew.
like stickiness
Right.
peels away.
Ugh.
Greetings, Mr. Masma. This is
No, priestess, your highness.
this is my ward and key component of this group, Dasanor. I don't think you had the pleasure of meeting Dasanor during our last encounter.
Oh, hello. I'm humbled by your might.
Yes.
Dostinor, this is our good friend, Miasma. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
A lantern lighter, I've heard.
Yes, that is my humble profession.
A noble profession, I'm sure.
What brings my friends here?
Well, we are wanting your help once again. I know this is asking a lot of you, and you're very, very busy. But we are looking to first gather some information at the local pub, and then head down to the deep and retrieve the artifact that was taken, and hopefully find Funbox,
My legionnaires.
one of your legionnaires.
Forehorn, don't be bashful. We're here to reward our friend Miasma for a job well done in navigating these deeps last time.
We got so far.
Huh?
We got so far. Got like a third of the way down.
But Miasma was an excellent place for us to hide and also provided some stabilization with a crossbow. A mighty combo indeed.
Oh, you're in the deeps now. We're in the deeps.
We're definitely in the deep of it.
You say Miasma is capable of combat? Did I
He's
hear
capable of.
Unorthodox combat, but combat nonetheless.
Oh no, I would never harm another being.
Oh.
Just assist
But you
in
protected Chaibayan when they were on the ground looking silly. Remember that?
Mostly I was just too scared to move.
That's exactly what we need in our group.
A giant pile of blubber. We can absorb blows.
Well, if it's true that you stood as a shield where mine should have been, between harm and the precious Chaibayan, then I owe you a great debt.
Oh no, it was nothing. It was nothing at all.
Please come, let us treat you in whichever way you
I don't. He's all like doing something weird with his hands.
He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
He's been like harvesting
together.
all these mushrooms and stuff, so they're just like caked and grossness, and he's like wringing them, and he's like, I don't think I would be welcome above, but there is a tavern down below that I like to go to, called the Deeper Inn. I feel more welcome down here than up there. There's not so many priestesses and warriors and musicians down here. There's more like me.
Do you, what information are we trying to glean from the folks at the bar?
I think he's looking for any rumors.
Supposedly, they may. I suspect that they may have traded some of my legionnaires as slaves, and so I'm looking for some of those.
Okay.
As part of my own personal.
We might also catch a whiff of.
Oh, we've caught plenty of whiffs already.
We've been whipping for a while.
We are in it.
a better whiff.
A deeper whiff.
No. Of where we might find some of the cold. I think we're on kind of a whatever trails we were following have probably gone cold at this point. So
Do you feel like at the deeper end that there would be people that like more closely connected to the groups we're looking for?
I think so. I mean, we're not gonna find much about these people topside. The Stitcher, I think we got lucky on. Otherwise, we probably need to go undercover. Gaddy gets really excited about this.
I am not one for taking a sly and sneaky route, but I agree, Little Cricket. We will stick out like a sore thumb if we were to go into this deeper end in our present attire. Come, we must get camouflage. And I pick up some of like this shit, and I'm just like, and I pick up a handful, like a couple different arms, like, come, companions, you must cover yourself.
There are other ways. There are other ways.
I
my
don't
friend.
think I'm gonna do that. But I'll keep watching you do it. Yes.
Crawl your apprentice reluctantly because you're doing it.
Oh no!
Well, I have a change of clothes where I tend to change to blend in more with the common folk and to make them feel more comfortable.
Your
I can
extra tall boots.
super tall boots, and then I just have like a little like shawl and robe that I just like throw over my clothes.
I know the Deeps. I kind of can get by there without wiping shit on me, so I've been there before. I'm going just like this.
If you are ever to follow the sixfold way, you must sometimes you must sometimes perform the dirty work.
Getty throws up a little bit in her mouth.
Your hero is not quite out to what you expected.
But still obsessed.
All right, you guys. Being led. There was some issues.
What's Effie doing over there?
Ominous.
Being led by Fetid Masma, you guys journey into the deeps.
Oh, I was really hoping for a note card that just said shitty costume. I was really fishing for it.
You stink. You fit in well in the
Would you
Deeps.
like to create an event? You guys, well, we say you guys all have a move. You guys are all like taking the time in this moment to prepare yourself to go into the deep, so you can all take an action. Whether you're creating an advantage with, I don't know what that particular creating an advantage.
A disguise.
It's not situational, is it?
Oh, is that what the cards
I mean,
were?
situational in that like until you get hosed down or something, then it would exist.
Okay. I
But
see.
I don't know. I guess
I would say under the radar.
Yeah, I think that's a good one.
Okay.
But yeah, give me a roll and add something that you can justify being tied to this. Some skill. Or if you're like, it's rapport, burglary. I could see being like disguise or stealth.
Okay. Well, I was actually gonna say like, Could I try to use a context roll to maybe like try to remember some things about the deeps? that I
Yeah,
know?
absolutely.
I don't know who exactly I'm.
And you get a +1 on the roll if you include Fed Mesma in the conversation.
Oh, okay. Like as
He'll
in
provide
like,
you a teamwork bonus.
Oh, okay. Do I roll now for it, or later? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think now you're this is like a memory. You're using like a knowledge.
I see. Yeah. And I'm like, we gotta know what kind of people to look for here, Masma. So that's gonna be +2 with that. So I got a 3 total.
Okay. Excellent. 3 is a good. Is there a particular type of person you're looking for? What kind? You're looking for someone who's connected to the Void Temple,
Or
excuse me, the Void Cultists.
someone, or maybe a particular group to look out for that may have this information, or maybe even just remembering like the bartender's name so that I can get more rapport with them, or like something like that. It's like, oh,
This is so gross sounding.
yeah, it's wet.
Sorry, that's the sound of me smearing more shit on me.
So wet.
Let's see. What's a 3 is good. Let me see.
Josh knows your haircut.
I saw. That's why I was like,
Yeah, you remember this guy that you interacted with called Ringle, who runs a shop called Ringle's Cut Purse Supplies. And you remember that it's basically a pawn shop. And you remember, I don't know what exactly your interaction with him would have been, but you remember a conversation coming up that he will sell. He knows everyone, and he knows exactly who in the deeps and above ground wants anything. So anybody who comes in to try and sell him something, he knows right off the bat whether he's going to be able to turn it or not, because he knows everybody. So you have a feeling that he would know something.
Nice. Okay, cool.
And you mentioned that.
You said Ringle?
Ringle,
Okay.
Ringal. Ringle's Cut Purse Supplies.
Cool.
And were we rolling to create an advance, or like?
Yeah, you're basically getting a move that you can do whatever you want with before you guys head into the deep. So if you want to create an advantage that would like follow you into the deeps, like creating a costume,
Yeah.
or
and I have to justify that making a costume based on my aspects, or is that only if I
a
just want
skill.
the
I think you're rolling and adding a bonus from some kind of skill.
How good are you at smearing this shit on?
How well do you
As a legionnaire, I have had to perform many years worth of trench warfare.
I'll buy
And
that.
often had to go undercover and like cover myself in leaves and stuff. So I'll go in looking like a freaking like plant monster, but or shit monster in this case.
You have a ghillie suit.
Yeah,
I bought
Made of
that.
poop.
a shitty suit. A shitty
Shitty
suit. It could be a chili soup.
A dilemma for Dawson where
Depending on-
because I feel like obscuring the radical
know.
truth
No.
of his allegiance
As expected.
is not
it's terrible.
indomitable. I feel like that's cowardly.
Yeah.
On the other hand, cooperating would be doing what must be done to get by. But I feel like definitely we will sheathe the demon sword.
Yeah. Well, I'll say
Not-
if you choose
not
to
harm
not
myself.
disguise yourself whatsoever, I'll give you a fate token as a compel that some aspect could be pulled out of your character.
I
But you
feel
will stick out like a sore thumb,
yeah,
right?
I think Dawson Moore could like just stay outside of whatever. But then that's totally the type of thing where that's what will tip off the bad guys, being like, well,
you hanging
here's
out
this
in the street.
obviously.
I'm pretty sure my shitty ghillie suit, which by the way I rolled like a 1 on, will probably be what tips this all off.
I think I will just draw my cloak tightly about my glorious armor and not have my weapons at the ready.
With a 1, I think you tied, so you get a boost
I don't know.
with a free invoke, and I'm calling this From the Deeps. And then in parentheses, shitty suit.
Yes.
Shitty disguise.
Yes.
I guess it could have just been shitty disguise, but I forgot that was the thing until I started writing.
So I feel like Chinda notices Dostanor's just like kind of reserve and hesitation in covering your symbol, and so I want to go over to Dostanor and just be like, Dostanor, there is no shame in doing what needs to be done for the Trinity. We're doing something noble here, and take comfort in that. Don't feel like you're disguising or throwing aside your honor to move forward. Sometimes you have to get a little dirty to get some work done around here.
Excellent.
You know I would never shy from grime or hard labor, but deceit? Lord Vigos would never stoop to such tactics.
I feel like being tactical is part of intelligent warfare, is my humble opinion.
Well spoken for a devotee of Unthar.
You're a politician, right?
Yeah.
So.
Don't tell Dawson why.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like Tribion, by walking down here in his form, he almost perished. I would not want to see the same come to you.
Pretty well.
All right, what are your guys? Are you doing a move in preparation?
Jesus would do it.
So can should I use my rapport or lore? Like lore of like my reading of the deeps? Can I add that to my roll?
Yeah.
Okay, so in that case I have a +5.
Excellent. And what kind of information are you looking for about the deeps?
I would say I'm looking for what has, like, when I guess if any like police force or any like above force, like what if they try to infiltrate it, like what tipped off the deeps people that were like, what tipped them off, or like what would set them off, like what is something they look for?
If they're to see if people are from above ground.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, is there, like, I just kind of want to be able to like scan the party, and if there's anything obvious that would like immediately get us killed, I want to like kind of know to like cover that up.
Yeah. Excellent.
You'd probably notice a giant woman with like a golden headdress.
Glasses.
Yeah, you succeeded with style. Let's upgrade. Let's upgrade Taylor's
Shitty suit.
Yeah.
Extra shitty suit.
Pass that over here.
The most shitty suit.
Super shitty suit.
Is it okay if I cross shitty disguise off though?
You can.
I'm sorry, because this will apply to everyone then. So you guys are from the Deeps, and
From the deeps.
No one mediocre
And
disguise.
and I'm adding 2 free
still covering
invokes
shit,
to that. So this is like an effective disguise. So what you do is you're thinking about what you know about the deeps, and how it's lawless, oftentimes godless. They just don't believe in kind of normal society in many ways. So you're looking, as you're thinking about these things, at the rest of the group, and you're seeing like Dostanor's holy symbol, and you're seeing like all these various different things that you're like, okay, if we just hide this if we cover this and whatnot. And so,
Could I just like have like some like handkerchiefs and just kind of like towel stuff, like just things that I might adorn myself with while I'm out, and just kind of do like little like last minute like touch ups on people?
yeah, absolutely, yeah, covering up all these different kinds of tells that would otherwise, yeah. So you guys have that is now an aspect, a situational aspect that you're.
You will not touch my ceremonial
Disguised.
tassels.
Just cover them in shit, man. Gonna be fine.
Could I use a move to go on alert?
Definitely making a song.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Would that be a notice?
You're just gonna become Tenacious D by the end of it.
I got a +2 fair.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, and you're creating an advantage is the idea, right? Yeah.
I don't want to get the jump caught on us. I want to catch the jump on people catching the jump on us.
All right. Dawsonor is on alert with one free invoke. You guys enter the Artifex Deeps. I think I might have. Do I have a Dawsonor figure?
You're making.
I can be trying my
Is that it? Oh, drats.
It's okay.
Where did these come from anyway?
Here, you want me to look through?
These are Pathfinder.
Oh, well, some of these were like oddly specific and kind of like were on point.
The Starfinder for the alien ones.
Got it.
We use these a lot for a long time, and I still really like them. I'm glad that they resurfaced. Josh has been upped his mini game to such a degree that we kind of haven't been using that. Does that look good?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna bench.
These are perfect. All right, you
Do I
guys.
generally know this place, or is this kind of new to me? Not the tavern, the like Deeps area.
You were down here just that one time.
Okay, so it's maybe slightly familiar, but I don't like know it. So I guess I should just ask. Do I know how far away this pawn shop is?
He is number 34, and my pen was dying at a certain point, so some of them are harder to read than others.
Was that 34? What is that?
Yeah, that looks good.
My hand is. Oh, it's right here.
And we are.
Yeah, 34 is that one. Yeah, you guys are entering on Dagger Alley over on that corner. Let's switch this to the screen so the audience is with us on this one.
I feel like as we're entering, there's like a little flash back to like the bureaucracy headquarters.
Yes.
And Tribion's like holding a ticket that says like number 138.
And it's just like wheezing and clutching his the bandages.
No.
Now serving number 8.
And walks up and talks to one of the officials who just dismisses him, and then he like reads their mind and is like just prying into too much things. Yeah. She's like, actually, I was skipped over. All right, so
Do I know where the bar is, the tavern, or is Masma leading us there?
the tavern is 33, which is here.
Okay. But is this information I have, or are we following Masma?
He's like mentioning us, like where these different places are located to you guys.
Yes.
And Daniel, you've got like a decent memory of the layout of this particular neighborhood because this is the one that you were in.
Mm-hmm.
The deeps go on. This is like the upper deeps. There's like
Extra deep?
There's like several kind of layers of civilization that have been built on top of each other over the course of these, millions of years, right? Yeah, you guys are walking, and this is supposed to be commotion-y.
I hear
a train.
I hear a train. Is there an underground metro way?
That's just a real. There we go.
That's just Masma making those noises again. I don't know where it comes from. I keep trying to figure it out.
Quickly, someone examine which hole it's coming from.
I'm not gonna do it.
So the deeps are filled with lawless people of all kinds. of all different kinds of generi and asteri. This seems like the place where the people who don't fit into normal society kind of end up. It seems pretty lawless. There's rampant pickpocketing that you guys are witnessing. People trying to pawn all kinds of strange things at you guys. Someone walks up with necklaces draped, many rows and rows of necklaces draped on his arms, and they all look cheap, the equivalent of plastic, and is like following you guys around and like pointing at them repeatedly and then like showcasing them, and you guys can't shake him. It's just like following you for blocks.
Hey, you buy it. It's very good. Come on.
And
You got a lady? You wanna buy it?
so you guys are traveling down Dagger Alley. There's 2 Dagger Alleys.
Yeah, there is.
How about that?
It used to be one road, but then something happened and buildings got built. And it's like Nashville.
And then
Yep.
Fetid Masma steers you guys away from
It's like 6 roads or something.
Gedge's. Gedge's assassins are at 35, which is right here. So you get to right here, and he starts to round this corner into the Cutthroat Square, where there is some kind of strange animal juggling going on in there, in the square, and some people are throwing change at the performer. And Fetid Masma pauses and goes, "Oh no, we can't go this way. If Gadge is right around the corner, he might see us." "Well, he doesn't want me dead, I don't think. But I don't know if I want to be seen with you guys, because then he might."
Alright, is there another way?
And we're going to the... So this is where the... whatchamacallit is. The pawn shop, yeah.
So we could go around.
Edge, and you said 33 was the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Is that raucous Masma?
Yes.
It's huge.
We can take it away. It's like
I like
blocking
it.
our view, but
I don't mind.
I love it.
he is obviously way more disgusting, whatever this rock is depicting, though.
You guys are seeing these like skyscraper buildings that like soar out over all these are kind of like makeshift structures, right? It's kind of like a shanty town of buildings that have been made of like salvaged materials and whatnot, and they're like, there will be this permanent stone wall that they've erected some kind of lean-to structure up against, because they're like, this wall is still standing from previous eras and we've just made this. So all these structures are really kind of weird and falling apart. But then you see these like magnificent manateens, these like pylons of energy that are all dead, that are drained and dormant, that were once these incredible power sources in ancient times that are now just these huge towering structures. World building. So he turns you down Death Mask Lane, and then back onto Dagger Alley again. And he says, This is my favorite tavern, the Deeper Inn."
What do you order here?
"Oh, Mama Deep has a special drink for me. I think she has Patak blood too." Which is the maggot people. Yeah.
When he points out the thing, I run and open up the door for everybody. Let's get in. This is great.
Alright, let's do this.
Except
The woman
after the last person goes through, I'm gonna close the door and run off toward
sneak away.
the pawn shop.
Excellent.
Oh,
Which is
All right, so
here.
the three of you guys enter with 34.
Jerk face. Well, we're gonna hang out with
I'm specifically on alert right now. I feel like I don't.
Okay, why don't you guys roll off notice versus stealth,
Okay.
and if anybody else wants to post this to catch Gaddy.
Looking good, Gaddy.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
looking very good, Gaddy.
I got a 1.
And
Excellent.
you could invoke your on alert if you wanted to, but
I don't think it's worth it.
Bye, suckers.
This is looking grim for Dawson around alert, though.
You turn around and then you're like, wait, what?
I don't think I get that. I don't even get that luxury. I was beat too bad.
You're too busy being taken by the immense woman that is behind the tavern bar that you enter. She's 7 feet tall and massively fat and just green skinned.
Mama who?
Mama D.
With gray
Short for
fangs
diarrhea.
and lambent yellow eyes. She looks like maybe she might be distantly related to Fetid Masma in that they have some similar qualities, but it seems like her parents were a mix, perhaps.
I'm sure there's some inbreeding in there too. Not a whole lot of people down here, you know. It's a closed ecosystem.
And she's just like pouring drinks out of mason jars that have toes floating around in them. And it's just like a weird.
What kind of toes, though? I mean, that's kind of critical.
Fingers and toes are like floating around in this mason jar filled with like a brown liquid that she pours and like shakes and.
What a mixologist. So I kind of want to glance around and see if there's any other humans drinking something and try to notice what drink they're drinking, and I'm going to try to order that, something I know is kind of safer for humans to consume.
Yeah, everybody down here, there are definitely humans, but yeah, everybody looks pretty unsavory.
Yeah.
Unsavory types. But yeah,
Sure, their immune systems are far better than ours.
Catch word of the fact that there's only one drink here.
The toe drink.
It's the toe.
No.
The festering toe, they call it.
Toad brew.
Or the sour finger. I'm sorry. It's the sour finger.
That's good.
I like that one.
She's been steeping. It's this one drink that she's been steeping for many years with all the fingers of people that have tried to steal from her.
Jeez.
And it's been like the same brew for like 20 years. It just she keeps
She's just
adding
been
to
refining
it.
refining it.
It's aged like a fine wine.
But you hear people talking about the drink and how they're like it's an acquired taste. They use a little bit less sophisticated words, but I just gotta come back every day for some of that sour finger.
You'll grow
Alright.
hair on your chest, even me.
Yep. Beneath the chitinous shell.
No, that'll just be white mold.
I guess I want to stride up to the bar somewhat confidently and order a sour finger, and then I'm going to point to Fetid Mesma and say just like, whatever he wants, I'm buying.
Oh, I don't deserve such treatment.
Don't be silly, Fet. You've been working very, very hard lately.
There's a booming sound of Mama Deep laughing that almost seems like maybe she's choking at first, and you guys are all like kind of on alert for a second, then you realize that it's actually just a weird ululating laugh. She says, "Oh, Fetid Masma has friends! Fetid Masma comes with friends here!"
Yes, we love Fetid Masma.
No, friends of Fetid Masma, friends of Mama Deep!
Cheers to that.
As she's speaking, her like many jowls and like just rolls of the insectoid flesh jiggle.
Barkeep, a glass of your strongest drink.
There's actually like a nail floating at the top of it.
My feelers are just trying to like clean the smell off of my dentures right now. Oh, like going full crab right now. Okay.
Master, is this wise? You preach purity of body, and I fear this might not be pure. Is this part of the sixfold way? This is Crawl.
Yeah, pick that one up. I'm trying to think of like the way to phrase that. I'm sure there's plenty of antioxidants, but it's also about like stealing the mind by having to like, I don't know, take bitter drinks or something. Take the bitter pill. Well, young apprentice, You must consume the bitter pill in whatever form that life serves it to you in order to steal your mind and hone your senses. 2 friends into honing your senses.
I pretend to drink my drink, but I'm just like pouring it kind of off to the side.
Can I make like a willpower roll or something to try to actually imbibe some of this?
Oh yeah, do I need to take like a thing to see if like I
I think physique would be a good idea.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna compel Kroll to do it even though he doesn't have to roll.
Oh, yes, compelling an NPC. I love this.
Oh no!
My apprentice. Which if you were here as well, if you wanted to be.
Correct, reroll.
So, I got a 3 on that physique.
No fate tokens for this one.
No, I'm willing to take whatever
I'm just
it
kidding.
is.
You do whatever you want.
I'm totally using a fake token to add to. When the shocks came, we stood fast, and when I tried to drink sour finger, I also stood fast. So I would like to take my -1 to a +1.
Okay.
I
All right.
can't. That's unlegionnaire-like to not be able to.
Did I earn any respect from taking that swill? Or do I take a...
What was your
do I
total?
It was 3.
A 3, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna say you get a boost.
Oh yeah.
That
Hey, I could have like been throwing up instead. Which I could still do. It will help me expel my impurities by throwing it back up. Or having come out the other way, you don't know.
This tavern sounds very unique.
yeah, I need to change the
Purity.
the sour finger gives me strength.
Oh,
Yes.
yes.
Lovely.
Can take that to the bank.
Sour finger.
I would have done that's what she said, but you know, that's also kind of, I think that's throwing too far.
It's gonna be a lot of coughing in this tavern.
Oh, perfect. My favorite.
It's a seedy. And Hannah, you tied it, so you suffer no ill effect
that was
or good
close.
effect. And were you drinking some too?
I was
Faking it?
I was faking it, but now since everybody else is drinking it,
You
I
don't
feel
have
like
to.
I
You could do
kinda
like a deception maybe? Do you have deception?
No, I don't have deception. I know, but now I want to.
See what comes. Physique is what you're gonna be rolling with.
Yeah, Bok just like looks strangely and
After
invigorated.
like a tiny sip, it's
Yeah.
just like
You can see the like extra like light in my my eyes, like super bright.
Yeah. Can I roll willpower to drink it?
sure.
Okay. Now I'm
I'm gonna make it a
nervous.
little bit harder though.
No, don't do that. That is a -3.
Yes.
Whoa!
Sour finger.
Happens to the best of us.
You had a full
You
total
can use
in
a
yours.
fate token to re-roll if you want. 'Cause it's a pretty bad roll.
Chewy.
Yeah, I'll
You
reroll.
don't have to though.
Nasty.
No, I'll
You can
reroll.
also invoke
I love it.
It's pretty neat.
your disguise, right? You're from the
Yeah.
Deeps. You can invoke that to re-roll. Because you got 3 free invokes on that.
Yeah, I just feel bad using that for the sour finger drink.
I feel like we're making this a much bigger deal than it needs to be.
Okay, I'll invoke from the
It's
deeps
worth.
and re-roll it.
Okay.
Just in terms of the plot of the finale.
Okay.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That was better.
Thank you.
So that is a
That's so
+3.
good.
Excellent. All right.
There's a couple of toes in
You
there.
also
Delicious toast.
get the Sour Finger gives me strength. So you can draw another checkbox on that. Or I can do it. Or whatever.
I got you.
You got this?
I got this.
Yeah, Mama Deep looks upon you all as close confidants and says,
Yes, Fetid Masma has been a patron here since he was the tiniest little maggot. Before he found any use for himself as lamplighter, he just crawled around in the shit pool. Wasn't it so wonderful when he discovered those mushrooms burn? What a
So
great
wonderful.
use! What a great use he made for those foul topsiders with their silly hats!
Those curs.
If he discovered this, he could conceivably have like cornered the market and just been like, he actually could have been Jabba the Hutt with like all the money, just living in his little
All the
shit
babes.
hole.
He's a groveler.
yeah, maybe he is
He was
rich.
clearly never. I have a lot of thoughts about it. Tell me about your mother.
Yeah, I have a feeling that he probably didn't discover this, and my retcon, I just made that up on the spot.
I like
Yeah.
that though, that he like just did discover it and then like ended up getting
never
taken
bothered.
advantage
Yep.
of. And
Yeah.
in fact, they put him to work.
It was probably a thing that was forgotten at some point, and then he rediscovered it. Yeah. So yeah, do you guys? You can make rolls to gain some information if you want, or
Yeah, that's what we're here for. We better do it.
I didn't mean to lead you on that one, but I got the impression that's what you were after.
I mean, I'm ready. If we have smeared our shit and drank our swill, I'm ready to roll.
Sour Finger. I'm definitely making a cocktail after that.
Yeah, it's a thing.
You should put like
I
a
stole it from the real world. It's a thing.
Oh, is it?
But I made it more of a fantasy thing. Yeah.
With the
It sounds
with the-
incredible.
You have to put like
Yeah.
a
The fingers.
cutoff.
Yeah, of cutting off
beanie
patrons
weenie
who try to
in there.
steal and like, throwing it in.
You killed it. I'll make it with the Beanie Weenie juice.
I don't remember the actual origin, but it's some tavern in the
Maybe Vienna sausage.
I don't remember where, but yeah, that was the shtick. Was that the owner had lost a toe, and so put it in this drink, but then was like got toes from people who were like, I want my toe to be in the drink, and then it was this drink that just like existed for a while. You know, like how you have a stew that just goes on forever. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that.
That's awful.
Really good.
In any case,
I will use my roll to subtly look around and try to see if I notice any villainous looking types.
everybody seems villainous.
Yeah, but I want to roll so I can distinguish
Yeah,
the
okay.
villainous from the truly
Okay.
villainous. the villainous generic between villainous plot relevant.
Yes,
It's not gonna do anything.
you got on alert.
Yeah, yeah, I'll use it. And that lets me reroll. Even worse, crit fail.
Oh
I'm blinded by the sour finger.
no!
I can't see without my sunglasses.
Crit fail.
Keith's like, I didn't want to have to do this.
I know.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
Can I help somehow? You were looking, right? You were looking for somebody?
Yeah, I'm just apparently not very casually trying to look around and see if
You're looking around for villainous types, and you see a group of figures leaving. That out of the corner of your eye, you notice one of them has the mark, that how they've had this like weird like collarbone tattoo.
Yeah.
And he catches you staring at him. And then all three of them bolt.
I feel like I like Looney Tunes start like casual whistling.
Oh, maybe they'll lead you to the pawn shop.
Well, I feel like Dawsonar is aware that everything went wrong that could possibly go wrong with that, so I don't think. No, that's the dice. I don't think pursuit is wise. I will lean over to Chenda and say, I may have spooked some of our cultist friends.
Spook them? But we're so well disguised. How could you have given yourself away, Dawson?
You know, I think it has to do with my piercing gaze, which is usually shielded from the world by my helmet, but that theory can wait for another time.
No worries. I'm sure they did not go far. And then I'm going to turn to Mama D and just kind of casually like put a coin on the bar and kind of slide it her way and ask like, so who's the group that just left here?
Okay, you can make a resources roll, and if you're paying one of your Templars, you can add 1. If it's like a substantial amount of money that you're sliding to her,
I feel like it's like a. It's not like, I mean, I guess it's like relative, like
Okay.
what a substantial amount of money is.
Yeah.
So I would say a substantial amount of money. She probably doesn't get tips, honestly.
yeah. Well, all right.
She
So,
gets toes, not
so
tips.
if
Yeah.
you're using resources to try and bribe her, right?
Yeah.
If you want to just roll and use whatever you have without expending any like actual resources, like any of your actual teas, then you just roll and add your resources. That's like option 1, right? And option 2 is to spend any number of those teas that you have under your equipment, and you get a bonus equal to the amount that you spend, and that's representing you like putting a substantial sum, and it's giving you a bonus.
Okay. Cool. I'll just do a flat roll.
Yeah, and then if in retrospect you want to add more, we can do that too.
Yay! That wasn't bad.
Nice.
So it's a 4. There's.
Plus resources. It should be under your skills.
I don't have
if you
any
it. Okay.
resources. Yeah. I have rapport.
Rapport. Yeah, you can use
Okay.
rapport.
So that would be a. Sorry. So that's a negative. So it's like a 5 with rapport.
Excellent.
No, 6 with rapport.
Dang.
Sorry, I have a plus
Nice.
Okay. And you're asking who those people were that
2.
just left.
Who they are and where they might be headed to.
She leans in close, and you get this just kind of foul smell from her breath as she speaks to you. And she says,
Oh, it would be best if you left those types alone. They're running a seedy operation around the corner.
CD operation, you say? That
Yeah.
sounds like my cup of tea.
They buy people up from the top side, been captured.
That's perfect. I'm looking for a new ward. Where do they sell these topsiders at?
where they buy them? Or
Where they
Where,
it's a next
where are they
door.
trading these
Yeah.
outsiders?
yeah.
Well, they do the trades in public, but they drag them secret around the corner. Mama Deep sees everything. Mama Deep hears it all.
I'm sure you do. As a proprietor of this fine establishment, I'm sure you've seen a lot.
She's just like kind of staring at you with the weird eyes, and then does like a. And just like dripping down from her mouth. There was like a bug that landed on her face, and she's like,
Devours it.
Ugh. Awesome.
so she describes this abandoned building that's around the corner that she's like, you know,
Everybody thinks nobody lives there, but I see them coming and going.
All right. Well, Thank you for being so generous with this information. I'm looking forward to acquiring my new ward.
You didn't hear anything from me.
Of course not. Hear what?
She like fills up your drink, and another toe slides out of the mason jar into your splashes. And a speck of it gets on your face, and you feel utterly compelled to like wipe it off. So you're just sitting there like.
So I'm just like.
All right, let's cut back to Daniel, to Gaddy over in Dangle's Cut Purse Supplies.
Let's go. Do I make it there safely?
You do, yeah.
Awesome.
And you, as you're kind of rounding this corner, and you see the sign for Gedge's assassin hire, but you don't see through the window. You see like the corner of like the angle that you're at. You see like a person who's seated and is like smoking a huge cigar, and you just kind of see the hand and the cigar ashing like onto the floor, like as you're passing by. But you don't have an angle where that figure can see you, so you tuck into Ringle's Cut Purse.
So I walk in. So it's a pawn shop, so I assume there's like a bunch of like goods around.
Yeah, it's like combination like grody pet store and thrift shop and pawn shop. Like there's animals in cages that are like making noises at you. There's a crab badger. Which is a crab badger.
Yes.
That's like that's not canonical to Chronicles, so for sure. That's just something.
It's just a thing.
You're missing crab badgers.
Crab badger.
Crab badgers. Well, I immediately ignore everything in the shop and go right over to wherever Wrangle is, and I like jump up on the thing that he's sitting behind, like the counter, and I just sit there and I'm like, Wrangle, long time no see, huh? It's me, Gaddy, you remember?
Give me a rapport.
Absolutely. That's a 4.
Dang.
Nice. Alright, so I'm going to say this is create an advantage. Who got Mamaka? Mamaka. Oh, I have it. I'm sorry. The worst. A 4. Nice. What fond memory does Ringle have with you?
Let's see. He remembered that I would scavenge. I would just bring in really ridiculous things to for him to pawn off. So it was always bringing in unusual goods and stuff that I had just basically swiped off of passerbys and stuff.
He's like, oh yes, one of my favorite clients, Gaddy Gold Eyes. Or well, he says, Gaddy, what in the hell's happened to your eyes?
Oh, I got an enhancement.
Ah, I need to get in on that market.
It's not a bad market, but it was pretty terrifying fight between me and an eye biter demon. But eventually I got rid of it.
Wow, those things have been around, huh?
They have. I am interested in finding them. You got any clue to where I might find them?
Yeah, you can use 4 resources.
Shit.
Roll.
7.
Maybe they eat crab badgers.
Nice. And you can utilize this if you want. Your fond memories.
Man, I think the 7 will do.
Yeah, 7's still very high. Yeah.
Epic. That's
epic.
Rolling high tonight.
yeah. Well, rapport is always good for me. +4.
Ooh.
Well, you didn't hear any of this from me. Because if it comes back to me, they're good business.
The eye biters?
Well, the people who are making the eye biters.
So they're not demons.
What even is a demon?
Well, guess you're right.
I mean, I heard some priests of the church got demon swords.
Yeah, I don't know if I trust that either. So, you gonna tell me who's making these things?
You rolled pretty high, so he says, yeah, y'all. I want to give you good information that's not something that you already know, but you guys are both kind of asking after the same information. But I'll say,
Well, I've been selling them any slaves that come my way, anybody captured, that anybody sells to Ringle, I send them their way. They're living right around the corner. Group of some figures feeding some people to a cube, sucking their soul out, spitting it out, making eye biter demons that are stalking the streets. Everybody down here is tangled in it.
That's crazy. Why would anyone do that?
Well, if we're not helping them, then we're a target.
I mean, why would anyone make demons that prowl around in the streets and eat people's eyes? What happens
Seems
when...
like it's working well for them.
Well,
You got anything to sell me?
glad you asked. I'm gonna look around the room actually and make an appraise.
He's not a big picture guy.
I get a
I trade
plus.
stuff, man.
yeah.
I don't know.
I get a +2 lore bonus to determine the value of an item. So I'm just like looking around to see if I see anything worth anything at all. Anything. Shit.
That you want to buy from him?
No, not that I want to buy. I'm just looking around at gauging the value of his stuff, like the quality of his goods right now. So total, gosh,
Don't forget you got a blood orb you picked up earlier.
7.
Yeah, I mean, he's got just all kinds of random things. You're looking for like how well he's doing compared to in the past. He seems like he's doing pretty well.
That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
So I pull out my blood orb and I'm like, "What do you think about this?" And I toss it to him.
Catches it and looks at it and it's like, that's odd. I sold this to the Stitcher not so long ago.
Yeah, well, now it belongs to Gaddy Goldeye. So how much you want for it?
I'll give you a reasonable price of X Templars. 1 Templar.
Well, seeing as you're doing so well at your shop, I thought maybe you'd give me a little bit more, and maybe I'd come down and do business with you more often.
Yeah, you can give me a rapport if you're haggling.
Yeah. Reroll. Fond memories with Gaddy.
Remember, I've been good to you all along.
I could come down here and we could do business together. Yeah. That is an 8.
Nice.
So why don't you, give me a little bit more? I've had a rough time after these eyes,
I don't have much in the way of equipment, but I am going to give you a situational aspect that we'll say is like a piece of gear.
I could also just take treasure too. The tea.
That's what the tea is treasure.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have none. And
Okay.
so I was like, yeah, that's what I'm after.
Okay. Yeah. Three treasure. Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds great. Yeah, I that sounds like a great price. Thanks. It was good doing business with you. Oh, and thanks for the info.
You didn't hear it from me.
Of course not. Gaddy's no snitch. Anyway, guess I'm getting out of here.
Hey, if you're going in there, you best be quiet and you best be careful.
Thanks. You know, you're better than what people say you are.
Get the hell out of here.
She scampers out. Tries to head quietly back toward the bar.
All right, you guys meet up at Mama Deep's.
Yes.
So, that in this abandoned building, there's a hidden set of stairs that lead down into the hideout of the Void Cultists.
Before we go anywhere, is it a tradition to as like a tip or something for payment to leave a toe at Mama Deep's? Because I'm about to rip one off.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, from yourself?
Yeah.
Well, you have those heads. Didn't you take heads from those?
Yeah, I have some heads, but isn't that more of a toe? Isn't it like a toe stoop or toe brew?
I take ears too.
I kind of just want to rip something off of me.
This place is disgusting.
And then, and then just lay it on there while I'm kind of bleeding a little bit. But it's not a big deal for me. I'll just grow it back.
Yeah.
But then I compel my apprentice Kroll to also do the same.
Oh my god!
Come, Kroll. We must.
Give of ourselves.
No, what is it? Yeah, we must be self-sacrificing and give of ourselves. We must consume and explore the local culture and respect the local customs of this land.
I'll give you if you can think of an aspect that would make sense to be compelling in this moment, I'll give you a fate token in exchange for Krull being
Hardly
indisposed for the next few scenes, right?
Well, let's see. I mean, I'm following the customs. I want to be the world is too old to change, but live according to the web of the world is probably how I would see it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to navigate the world and respect local cultures, even if it's something horrible like taking my blade, just going lopping off a little. It's triangular too. It's dark blue or something, and yellow speckles.
Very exotic.
He accidentally cuts off 2 toes in the process. He's so nervous about it. He's like,
He's gonna die in your care. He regrets being saved from the slaver.
and then he's just at the bar, just he's oh, I have to sit this one out, and he's I'm in too much pain to remember the teachings, and then he starts going through the mantra or whatever of the sixfold path. And one hand is the hand of this, and the other hand is the hand of, and the third hand is the. He's just in stress a little bit. Yeah.
You have done well, Kroll. Reflect upon our teachings together, and rest up for the journey ahead. And then I slide the 2 toe pieces from him over to add to my giant toe triangle.
Mama Deep thanks you very kindly, and that the flavor.
Oh, I've got my hands on him still, and as she goes to grab them, I put my hand on hers so she can't pull away. It's I have one more question for you, Mama
Puts
Deep.
her other hand on top of your hand, so there's just a weird sandwich going on here.
Excellent.
And
I don't let her pull it away though.
And the similar to Uther, my lovely cat, in the way that he fills any container, her hand just overflows like a jelly atop yours. It fills all the crevices of your cousin's shell.
Disgusting.
I have one question for you, Mama Deep. Have you seen any other Asteri being exchanged with those, with the cultists? Were there any mantis men among them?
Oh, there were. They don't much like our kind.
Were there any that were wearing light blue tassels like you see before you? Perhaps not as shit-colored.
I don't much care for colors, but yes, I saw some tassels.
And then I push them towards her way. I appreciate the information. You have been most helpful and very, oh god, what's the word for it? Accommodating.
She like stretches out and has these toes and whatnot, and like is tall enough to reach the top of this keg and just
Plunks them in.
plops them in. You hear the splash.
Did I get a token or an aspect for that?
Fate token, yeah. All right,
Another to add to my collection.
what you guys doing?
Gaddy slips in behind y'all.
Ah, little cricket, it's good to see you. I did not notice where you must have disappeared into the crowd in this bar.
Oh yeah, after walking through the shit pit again, I had to go barf in the bathroom for a bit, and I'm good now.
Come, have some of Mama Deep's brew. You will find it is most invigorating.
I won't do it. That looks disgusting. I thought I saw a toe a second ago.
Fetid
There's lots of
Mesma
toes.
has been drinking so much that he's just passed out on the bar next to you guys, and just like weirdly, like just affectionately touching everybody who's sitting next to him.
This is the best day of his life. The best day of his life.
Yes, sweet angel.
I was really hoping I had something in here where I could try to roll to compel you to drink it.
Of Time's own warden, Unzar,
I think characters
who
can't
I
control other
occasionally
characters.
acknowledge as part of a trilogy.
Oh, you can?
What say you? Is this not the time to strike?
I think it is. I feel like time has passed enough for the unsavory characters that saw you looking at them. I feel like they might have moved on. Hopefully. This lovely lady here, and I point to Mama Deep.
No way!
It's in your name, is it Mama? She was most forthcoming with some very integral information that they might be interested in. You're not listening.
Oh, sorry.
I'm whispering to Dosnar right now. We're having a moment.
Yeah, she's busy making eyes with Tree Bombach.
Oh, that means I'm over here like hanging out with like
Yeah,
my.
this is a holy conversation.
Force field.
There's
This is how force field works. We just slide our hands back and forth through space.
Yeah.
privacy. Privacy. It's just us.
That's how you save seats.
There's an abandoned warehouse next door where they take the slaves, and that seems to be their headquarters. They probably hold them there before they're taken out for sale. I think we should head there next. We have to be stealthy though, and maybe we should wear a hood or a hat or a wig or something, so they don't immediately recognize that piercing Dosnor gaze that they noticed earlier.
I'm not listening, but I'm gonna vote to like
Wig.
have a wig. When I heard wig, I was like,
One of the like Muppet backup singers where it's just hair and lips. I shall go as discreetly as possible, but if I find the villains have raised the alarm, I will stop every single one of them, single-handedly if need be.
The Trinity thanks you for your service, Dosnor.
It is the greatest calling of my existence, to serve Lord Regos.
I'm playing my lute and I'm like, why are you guys whispering so loud? Are you telling secrets?
That was a matter of temple politics, young Gatty.
Actually, I don't care. I do have some info though
Yes,
that I just remembered a second ago.
that you learned in the bathroom.
Yes. I recalled in the bathroom is what I did. Remember the things that ate my eyeballs?
remember, no. I
Well,
recall you speaking of them, yes.
they're called eye biter demons, and I'm thinking this cult probably has something to do with it.
I've sat down, by the way, as well at this point.
So I'm thinking we should probably prepare ourselves for some pretty nasty fighting if we're going in there.
I think Dasnor is always ready for some nasty fighting, as in Bok Bok.
You ready to get your eyeballs eaten out? That's my question.
I have 4 of them, so I am always prepared.
I hope so.
Back up.
By the way, my toe, it's already growing a new bud.
It's like a tiny baby toe.
Yeah.
But I'm
Like a-
thinking I might have an idea to get us in the building where we wouldn't have to be so quiet.
Yes.
Maybe I could start up a little bit of a story with my loot outside and draw a crowd. Maybe we could get inside whenever some of the guards are distracted by the giant crowd that I'm gonna assemble.
A distraction sounds ideal. I feel like they may already be onto us slightly, since
Why is
Caught.
that?
they caught Dasnor's gaze earlier.
Piercing
A
gaze.
steely glance. It's hard
Y'all's
to hide.
social cues are pretty bad. I'm starting to realize this. Why are you staring at people?
Steely gaze.
On alert.
I stare in all directions at all times. I have a 270-degree field of view.
And I'm working on that. Oh, my toes.
We will get there yet. Perhaps we should drill a few new holes in the side of your head.
Anything for the 6-fold way.
We could always get you a pair of golden eyes to add to your own set.
Yes.
All right, well, young Gaddy, would you like to step outside and get this party started?
Let's do it.
All right. The plan is you're setting up outside of their location and playing some music.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to maybe over here, right outside the pawn shop. I'm gonna try to draw a crowd to where maybe it'll kind of get congested in this alleyway. And you said that there's someone at the door, right? Like basically on guard. Maybe we could kind of slip in if this character was distracted
Yeah,
enough.
They're looking like nonchalant. They're just like leaning up against the wall near the door, but you can tell that they're on guard.
So I can use rapport. This is my performer skill stunt. Use rapport to affect everyone in your zone +1 zone per skill level above 1. So I can affect everyone with rapport up to 4 zones.
Dang. All right.
So here we go. I rip out my loot and start shredding. That is currently a 3.
You could always invoke the
Oh yeah, let's do that
from
one.
the deeps.
I'm from the deeps.
Yeah.
Or
you
at least I
you
pretend
spark
to
up
be.
a tune that is familiar to the Artifex Deeps.
Yeah. So I'm gonna I think I'm just gonna add 2 to that. And get a total of 5. Which is a superb.
He appeared.
You sing the tale of the sour finger.
Yes.
That's how it became to
Sing
be.
about sour fingers and maggot men and
Baba Deep.
yes. But as I play, my loot is just reverberating off the buildings, and these people are very, it's usually pretty hostile down here, but their ears are filled with joy.
You hear the sounds of the crowd gathering. Thanks, Sirenscape, for these lovely, flexible tunes. check out the link in the. There we go. Yeah, so you're playing this jaunty tune, and many of the figures in the street. So 4 zones is basically like this is a zone, and I'll say that this square is a zone, and even back there. So you're basically getting everyone in this neighborhood, right? And they're all gathering. And you got a 5. Yeah. Excellent.
So I basically want to just create an aspect for us to get in here without notice. Hopefully past the guard, since the guard's like having trouble staying guard-like while this huge crowd forms around them.
Was the guard here?
Everyone's toe
Right
tapping.
outside 35, yeah.
Even Drew
Are we trying to
Bok.
go here?
No, I think 35 was the... Right? Isn't that where we were headed?
It's this one.
Oh, I'm sorry. Then I'm over here.
Everyone in the deep is
My bad.
here. People
yes.
that come out of shops. Just this huge crowd, dense crowd of people.
Yes.
Deep Stock 2018.
Even Mama Deep, she's lurking out.
She has slithered out, and she's standing by the entrance of her
Oh
shop.
shoot, it's a 6. I'm sorry. My loot is of high quality. It's a +1 bonus to
Oh, plus one teamwork.
performances.
Excellent.
So it's a fantastic.
Man. Yeah, she's carrying around her jar with her, and she's like serving up drinks, and she has like one of her like weaselly like apprentices or whatnot like running back and forth and refilling it, and so she's like capitalizing on this situation and taking cash and tucking it into her apron and whatnot, and everybody is just jamming. Everybody is just having a good time and loving the tunes that you're playing. They haven't had music like this down here in a long time, so. The person who's standing guard at this door is looking more and more uncomfortable as these people start gathering, and then does this kind of secret knock on the door, and 2 more figures emerge, and then a third who towers over the others with a great sword sheathed on his back and a black pointed cowl, who bears this
Where are
sorry
we now?
this is
I'd say we're just like outside the bar, kind of watching.
We're all chilling here.
Yeah, we're just like watching the entrance where the guards are at.
this figure who steps out is wearing this armor that gives you a chill when you see it, because it seems as if it's been crafted out of the same kind of shadowy, spindly, mist-like material that the eye biter demon that you saw was
Not
composed of.
interested. Yeah, I'm not liking that. Yet I jam on furiously.
All right, what are other people doing while this jamming is happening?
And there's only one entrance that we know of, right? And it's currently being guarded now by 3 people. I feel like this crowd thing did the opposite of what we wanted.
But they're also not really paying attention to you guys.
Yeah, we're kind of blending in. I'm
So
sure.
there's no side entrance that we can slink down.
You could scout it out.
Yeah, I want to roll my notice
Excellent.
with my 4 eyes.
Some
Is there? I can't remember. Is there a way to? Do you just create advantages to help people out?
You can
Or
use your
is there
turn to do teamwork, and then
Yeah.
you give whoever there are a plus 1. Alternatively, you could use your turn to like create an advantage that is specifically crafted for them, which could be mechanically more powerful if you roll well. But yeah, then it's also another roll that you could fail. So
My record has not been great.
I mean,
Hey,
it's
you
only,
should've seen
it's
mine
only up
last
from
time.
here.
Tell that to 4. Create 1 in 1 session. I think I'll use teamwork.
Okay. Cool.
It has something to do with you having the skill, though, right?
Yeah, I think you've got to have at least a rank in the skill that they're doing.
We're doing notice.
I have +3 in notice.
Okay.
Oh, nice. You both have +3. Fantastic.
Sweet. So you're like, let me borrow that visor.
Yeah.
Freeze is really good. Nice. I see the axe.
Got an axe to grind.
What does that total out to?
3 plus your 3.
3, so that's a
6
6.
plus my 1, 7.
7, cool.
Epic.
I was about to like even say like, because I mentioned before, I was like, after drinking that swill, my eyes were glowing. But I think we're good with the 7.
It seems like you're moving around this building and you're seeing all these different windows that have been boarded up. But then you find this spot that's in the kind of like the top corner of this building that the roof has partially collapsed, and it looks like you could climb up this wall and like scuttle in through this hole that's been created by like the roof kind of starting to cave in. It looks like they've worked meticulously to like keep out any eyes, like people can't see into this place. They've boarded up all the windows, but like it's also falling apart. So you find this spot that you're like, we could get in.
But we have to climb up to. Okay, got it. So, I guess I look over to Chenda and Das Norris.
You do have life sense too, don't you?
Yeah, I do. So I get a +2 notice bonus to identifying living things in a 10-meter radius. Does when I'm looking for an entrance, am I also happen to be looking for anybody who might be watching those windows?
Yeah, you don't sense anyone.
Okay, cool. So that would have been a 9. I'm saying. Okay, cool. So it's definitely.
Yeah, it seems like the inside of the place is at least like in the 10-meter radius. There's nobody there. Like everybody that was in this, like the direct entrance to this place, have all moved outside.
I do not detect anyone that is manning this window up here on the side of this building.
I see it.
I would recommend our course of action is to attempt to traverse the side of this building into that window. That will we will likely avoid any danger that is currently concentrating around our friend Getty.
Let's make haste.
Agreed. So we're gonna try to climb the wall.
All right.
It's like is it athletics or like?
Also, can I make a notice to see if I see what they're up to?
Yeah, are you guys coming to get him, or is he just going? He's continuing the
I think
diversion.
Gaddy
I think I'd be still diverting,
Has to-
especially if I can see them,
Yeah.
what they're
All
up
right, well,
to.
let me do something really quick. So, this figure with the great sword.
I mean, I could give you like the signal to let you at least know.
Yeah, I was trying to see if I was like too distracted by the music and everything to notice y'all, or if I could actually witness what y'all are up to.
If you see us, like.
Look up here! Look up here!
I'm going to invoke.
Be gone, or face the wrath of the Angel of Annihilation.
Oh,
Jesus.
Oh, yuck.
Put that in the
What is that doing?
pile.
at you, it's the peak head.
Is using terrorize and a provoke, and the crowd is they're staying together, like they're still like enjoying your experience, but they've all backed out of this zone, right? Like right out in front of the building.
Oh.
Or at least they are receding, so you can still take some kind of action you can still utilize the existence of them to like sneak or to cause more distraction, but he's effectively just moved them back away from like right in front of this place.
Shoot.
Or well,
Flip through and come join me.
actually,
Yeah,
why don't
that's
you
probably what I'd
roll?
do.
You roll a rapport defense. against this provoke attack. Let's do it like that, because otherwise I'm just rolling against a passive thing.
Right.
And you're welcome to tap into everyone in the deep is here invokes to get a bonus on it.
Oh.
I think that's a better way of handling this.
Okay.
Nice.
So I got an 8.
Wow. Okay, so I have...
So I'm looking him in the eye and being like,
Is this the part of the song, the chorus that's I'll rip your face off, I'll rip your face off?
yes.
Yeah. You succeed with style. So the group.
Good luck, giant man, it's scaring me off. Do 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 do.
He's just like standing
You
there.
realize there's just too many
fuming.
people. There's just too many people
Yeah.
to like really.
A bunch of the people who are like right there, like kind of basically fade back, and then there's like this little bubble that opens up around him, but then everybody else is kind of just
Party.
they turn their back to him
Yes.
and whatnot, and he's just like
He's getting so angry.
Did you use one of those invokes?
No, I did not.
You didn't? Dang.
I rolled a 4 and my report is a 4.
Nice. Alright.
Gangbusters tonight.
Okay. You guys are gonna climb. Has anybody notified Gaddy?
Yes.
I gave him the signal.
Yeah, I was gonna roll notice for it. Maybe I just see it.
I think you see it.
I've been looking for it.
Do you want to
Cool.
roll a stealth maybe to slip away? Actually, yeah, roll a stealth to slip away.
I'd probably like wait for them to get in
Okay.
first. Because I'm not gonna be able to do a whole lot in there. But
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you guys?
I'd keep playing.
It's shitty. It's shitty.
But everyone in the deeps here.
Ooh. So 5 plus the 4, that's a 9.
This is athletics.
Athletics.
All right. So with a 9,
I could maybe like once one of us gets up there, we could lower a rope.
yeah, I'll give you a boost since you succeeded by so much. You can give a boost to anybody else who needs it, and that's a
It's clearly gonna be Dawson or.
Oh
he's
wait,
gonna need
yeah, I have that
Oh,
extra
you got
doom
that-
die
that-
on
that-
athletics. Remember how bad that was?
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Oh, that
my
is bad, I
gosh. I might need to go in the front door.
You roll 2 doom die.
But we could both like get up there, and then we can roll to like lift you because your armor's so heavy.
You can also like create advantages. Like other people can be like, now that you're up there, you can create an advantage to like, send down a rope or something that she can tap into for free, right? I know.
Yeah.
It's cruel. I mentioned it to Sarah that I thought it was really harsh.
Hefty. It's just hefty.
It just means he has to like rally everyone around him because he can't necessarily like
Everyone-
slip away.
Put their hands up so I can use them as staircase into the window. I call on my legion to stack up.
I'm the one that has Legionnaire as one of my skills. Thank you very much.
I also have legionnaire.
Really? What?
So this is not actually that hard.
That's cool.
I was thinking this is a 2 fair
2?
challenge,
You can
yeah.
do it. You can do it.
Just doing
Here,
lunges.
use my doom
Are
die.
we
It's been
rolling
jail
Yeah.
tonight.
I'm giving you a
That.
boost because I know you need it too.
Please be
Wait, don't
better.
you do it? You didn't do it?
Yes, I do. That one's sitting over there. You're giving me a step up.
And if you're not quite there, you can invoke an aspect.
I mean, I'm already up there, so I guess I don't know. Maybe I happen to like you happen to observe me like using a ledge or something, and you're like, oh, that's a good footing for that. I'll follow. Like that's your boost. Because I'm not up there. I haven't lowered a rope. I feel like that's creating an advantage.
Yeah. Yeah, boost maybe as a hand or something like that. Yeah. But it'll give you a +2.
I see it in my head as like 3 stories tall or 2 stories. I'm not sure. Oh god. Oh man. Oh, you just hit every single like
Do it. Do it. Invoke.
every single
reroll with a fate,
bar and
or you'll invoke the boost to reroll.
Come on. Come on. That's not bad. Not bad.
It's still a -2. save 2.
Can you invoke? Did you have any of the sour finger?
Yeah, and it
All right, so
just barely didn't kill me.
I'll say you succeed, but at a great cost.
You knocked over a trash can.
Which is when you get over the edge, but you do not gracefully lower yourself down the other side.
Okay.
You come crashing to the ground on the other side.
Okay.
And you take 1 physical stress, and the sound echoes through this abandoned building.
Good thing they're outside.
All this silly armor doesn't protect me from the fall, does it?
Oh yeah, I guess that's true. Because you have 3.
I feel like it would be fair to ignore the armor and fall damage if you wanted.
Yeah, no, that's good. Okay. You guys are all inside except for Gaddy.
Did you make it?
I'm like making some announcement that I'll be back next week,
Nah.
but all.
Oh, you didn't make it?
Well, if I invoke an aspect, what kind of bonus is that?
A 2.
A 2. Okay. So I want to invoke Towering Time Priestess. So I'm just like full, like full length, full like
Done.
full extension of my reach. So that brings me to a +1.
Okay. All right, cool. Yeah, you get over. With a little bit of scrambling, and then
Star Eyes.
why did my volume go all the way down? Go ahead.
Yeah, so Gaddy's like, I'll be back in 3 more weeks. Of course, unless y'all, give up some gold, I could maybe be back next week.
The crowd does not look too pleased with the idea of paying any money for this.
Whatever, I'll be back next week anyway.
You can make a roll for it, but
Nah, she's not that concerned.
yeah.
Anyway, she slinks off. I'm trying to get out of here now. Yeah, I guess I'll make a stealth check.
Okay.
Try to get away from these guys. It's a 1.
And you can invoke
Oh yeah.
everyone in the deep is here
Yeah.
too, because you're like blending into the crowd.
So I'd stick my tongue out at the big guy and then slip through the crowd.
Excellent. All right, then give me an athletics to climb.
Oh, athletics. I am no bueno, but not as bad as you. Okay, let's see. Well, shoot. That was pretty bad.
If you want to try again, one of us could make a rope.
Well, I gotta invoke something. Maybe since I see the world through alien eyes, I'm trying to see a better foothold, better path up.
Yeah. That sounds good.
I have a
Daredevil style.
I'll reroll. Get that too. I got a 0. I got a 0.
Okay.
I can also wait to try to get in later if they make enough commotion.
No, that's good. I'll say you take some stress. Take a stress.
Does it have to be physical
Physical stress? Yeah.
regardless of armor, or?
Yeah, actually, I think Hannah, if you're cool, let's say you took the stress because that makes more sense than if someone was attacking you with a weapon.
Yeah.
Okay.
It ignored armor. All right, and you guys are.
I come crashing down right after Dustin.
All right, and you guys venture into this space, and I have to pull up this picture to get you guys psyched for what you see.
My bloodlust is rising.
You step into this
Oh, I guess I had to pay a fate token to use that.
down these steps, creaking steps, and you emerge. You see this this space. Put this out since I drew it up.
Oh.
Panel drawn.
Yes, please.
Even with cross hatching and everything, you guys are at those
Wow.
stairs at the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Caddy. Yes, just made it.
So you see across the way. Let me pull up this image for the audience.
Mantis, man, that was pretty cool, right? The way I distracted all those people. It's pretty cool, huh?
It was, oh god. Let me think about this one.
Don't think too hard. You just agree with me.
I wanted to have the right words for it because, yes, like, the idea is that I'm, like, starting to understand your alternative ways
Yes.
of
Very
going
good.
about things. Which was a very unorthodox way to distract the crowd. Although, and in principle, it follows the sixfold way most splendidly. Good job, little cricket.
Glorious. All right, so peering across this space,
your next tassel.
there are
You're on your way to all
a group of
6
prostrate cultists in the robes that are in this room, and in that one, in this one, and then in this room beyond there is an unholy altar. There's this huge tapestry along the back wall of that sigil that everybody has had tattooed on them. This foul, swirling, screaming-faced man, and atop this dais that has been erected of some foul black obsidian stone, there is an eerie cube behind which a woman sits, and this is what you see. You may pass that around.
Oh, good.
And the people on the stream are looking at it as well.
Good.
A soul being drained from a victim into this swirling black nothingness
Not good.
sphere, and coming out from the other end is what Gaddy recognizes as an eye biter demon. Is a flapping black patch of nothingness with teeth.
Ooh, it's so, like, cubist looking. I love it. I'm guessing it's, like, extra dimensional, which is why it just doesn't even, like, make sense. That's so cool.
It is composed of void energy.
Yikes.
Did it happen to be... Do we happen to see what race it was?
Well, that one was a human.
Okay.
But there is the altar, this room that this altar is in. There are many figures that are chained that are essentially waiting in line to be sacrificed to this thing. All right. Were you guys sneaking in? I guess I should have asked that before, but
Yeah, I feel like
That was the
we
idea.
ought to try
Instead
at
of
least.
Yeah.
Ramming through the
give
front door.
me some stealth checks then.
Hey, a +3. Dawson, so proud.
Uh-oh.
I don't know that I have
SpaghettiOs.
a stealth stat. Where is mine?
-3.
Luck has to run out at some point, doesn't it?
Yeah. Well, at least I cared about all the other rolls. This one, like,
It's so hard.
Hey, you finally roll well, and someone in the group's gonna, like, mess it up for everybody.
Don't that just be all? I don't have a I don't think I have a stealth stat. Kroll does, but he's indisposed of.
This is what you see happening
Oh my gosh.
Pretty baller.
Yeah, we are
Oh my gosh.
we're in a very unholy place.
This is terrifying.
If the stat's not listed on your skill set, is it just a +0?
Yeah.
Okay. So then I have a -1, but I will. If I have to, I will blow some tokens.
It's horrifying.
That's what the sounds like when the creatures are being birthed.
Yeah. Transmuted.
Some real full metal alchemist shit going on right now. Get my
What is
So
it?
these are the eye
biters.
biters,
Yeah.
the eye munchers.
They bite my eyes because I can't figure out what dimension they're in. Are they 2D? Are they 3D? It's like one big giant Mobius strip.
Don't tell him.
All right. Notices I still have from last week. Let me get myself situated.
Well, Eyebiter is very impatient.
All right, Jari Bach. Oh wait, what were you guys?
Stealthing.
Stealths, yeah.
This was a big ol' -3.
Ooh.
This was a +3.
I guess actually I'm gonna take that back and say one person's rolling for the group.
Gabby
I roll
drops
first.
her loot.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you were talking about stuff.
I would even, as soon as I rolled, I was like, I should have
My coins.
gotten some command
My
awesomeness
cabbages.
going anyway.
All right, so you guys have a surprise round.
Yeah,
You
I
have seen this all happening.
animated Clone Wars, Clone Trooper style. This is all done silently with really
Yes.
complicated, ridiculous
Hand gestures.
Yes, sir.
There's no talking in the entire episode. So we got the drop on them. Can
What is this noise?
It's the sound of the eye biter.
Eyebiters. It's
I
supposed to
recognize this sound.
Yeah, it's supposed to horrify you, man.
It is. I'm just thinking about bad times. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now. I've got Zoic eyes, so what are they gonna bite?
The Zoic eyes.
so can I use?
Just take them away again.
No, I just got those.
Do not worry, I have spares.
This is the shadow thing.
One of my extras that I use with the Serapai Warden sword is called Sea Battle.
Was that the cat?
That allows me to
The bloody cat.
like see what's going on across the battlefield. And I don't know if that or just like a basic notice or something could help me try to determine what is the most advantageous to target. Like, do we need to mess with these cultists? Do we need to mess with the like entity doing the transmutation, or do we need to go for the cube?
Yeah, give me a notice.
Okay.
Because that other thing is a stunt or something.
It's an extra. It's one
Okay.
of the things that I do with my sword.
Okay.
It's a +3.
All right. Yeah, you can tell that this figure, this freaky shriveled witch lady, is feeding people into this, and it's creating these eye biter demons. So if left unhassled, will continue to do that. So it seems like that needs to be stopped. Is that helpful?
No, the screeching is not helpful.
It's terrifying.
funny. I was also going to do notice. It was my first thing.
I can use command.
It's noisy.
Tusken Raider style.
Yes.
Can I communicate that to them to create a advantage they could tap it? You know, like a target
Yeah.
target acquired kind of.
Yeah, I think your roll for that. Cool. You had a 3.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say that's 1 free invoke. We have to stop her.
Okay, perfect.
That's what it's being called?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So, you guys all get a turn.
I feel like that was mine.
Well, I'm literally also going to try to add to that.
Okay.
I'm also going to be... So my first thought is that I've heard rumors that there are possibly some of my fellow Legionnaires trapped here.
Yeah, and you see some of them among these prisoners that are being...
Oh, so I already do see them?
Mhm.
Okay. Because I was going to roll to look for that, but also, like, as a result, looking for, like, key advantages, like... Is there any sort of weakness in their armor or anything like that? So I guess I'm gonna roll for that just to see.
Yeah, notice.
So I get a +2 to anything that's a living thing, and I was also going to invoke my. I think the Legion gave me life and perp. Well, I guess I have to wait to do that.
Yeah, go ahead and roll and see how well it goes first.
So that was a. That makes sense. 0 plus a 2, so that's a 2. But I'm willing to spend a fate token.
And you're looking at their armor specifically?
Yeah, I'm looking to see if there's any weaknesses. Is this guy favoring his left hand versus his right?
The witch you're talking about?
Oh, I guess I was looking at, like, do I have to target a specific person for
No, not necessarily.
Okay,
Just
I was looking
everybody.
at, for example, like, I'm just looking, like, okay, this guy, he favors his right hand versus his left, trying to get some good knowledge to possibly use later if I'm in a scrape or scrap.
All right. You notice that they're wearing patchwork armor. And you got 1 free invoke on that. So the idea is that you point that out because they're all wearing these weird robes, but you're studying the way that the robes like fold on them, and you're like, oh, they're not wearing full sets of leather armor. They're just wearing random bits and pieces. So you can invoke that.
Could I spend a token to boost that? Or
Mm-hmm.
okay. So
Yeah, and then we'll give you a second invoke on that.
okay.
All right. Excellent. Daniel or Kelly?
I would like to, if possible, slow down time for the wrinkly, shriveled witch person.
Okay.
So I'd like to slow them down. Invoking priestess, so that's a 5.
Yeah, I have an 8.
Yeah, you rolled really
Well, shit.
A 10, sorry.
What?
She's got Fortress of the Will, +2 willpower bonus to defend against provoke and willpower damage or control attacks.
Damn.
Whoa. That's good to know.
I just feel like my little incense burner just like it starts to move and I feel like it's going well, and then all of a sudden just starts to like sputter and just like and then it just like stops smoking.
Her eyes like lock with yours across the room, and you get the impression that as your thing is slowing down and it's moving kind of rhythmically with her eyes, and it's like she's got this look of you cannot stop me, on her face. Sorry, that wasn't as cool as I was thinking.
I thought it was cool.
That was pretty cool.
It was super cool, Keith.
I was feeling it. I was really feeling it.
It was like, whoa, that power.
Sorry.
It is the power. It is the power.
You sense just a really strong defense over her mind. Yeah. All right, Daniel, you haven't gone yet, right?
Yeah, so Gaddy takes the tassel that Mantis Man has handed her.
Yes.
And loves it so much, ties it on the end of her lute, and then whips out her bow and takes a shot at
Excellent.
this person that what is the witch doing this thing.
To land this shot, you've earned your third one.
Oh shoot. So I'm now going to use a fate point, use Arrow Song, one of my special stunts, which allows me to use passion instead of ranged combat for my attack with the bow.
Excellent.
Yeah. Oh shoot. I got a crit.
No!
And on this Arrow Song it says, on a critical you may split it among the damage among 3 people.
Whoa.
Oh, you got a crit in your favor.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a crit failure.
Crit.
I was like, no!
Crit winner.
Dang. But you probably don't want to split it, right?
I take the result of the damage and can split it among 3. Is that what it's saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But it'll still be a lot of damage. I mean, you can split it if you want.
Let's see how much damage it actually ends up being.
Okay, so what was your total?
I got 5 plus my passion, which is 2, so 7.
Alright. She got a 6. Defense, I just rolled really well. So you did succeed with 1 shift. Then your weapon has a shift increase of what?
2.
2. So it would be by 3, but she does have armor, so that's -1. You could invoke the patchwork armor that was pointed out to get a +2.
Yeah, might as well.
So then we're looking at 5.
Yeah.
Baller.
5 stress, dang.
So I hit her right below where some of her stronger armor is.
The
Great shot, kid, but don't get cocky.
the arrow, it strikes her in the stomach, and she curls over the thing, and she's like, "You fools!" And she's taken a consequence of arrow to the gut.
Arrows to the tum-tums.
I like have this like hand carved like little medallion that's part of the 6-fold pass. It's already attached to like one of the tassels, so like it dangles down and like jingles in the wind. And I roll it up and I toss it. I got it. I'm like, great shot.
All right, and then back to the top of the initiative on the regular after a surprise. So then Dree von Bach is starting us off.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna fight my way through. So I guess I'm gonna position myself in front. Would they be able to conceivably get around the other folks in this scuffle, or is it because I'm blocking? Would they all have to like come after me?
If you're attacking them, they'll attack you.
Okay. I'm just trying to figure out if
you
I'm
want to present a barrier, you can spend a turn to create an advantage that they have to overcome. Create a barrier that they have to roll to get past, basically.
That might. Well. No, I'm just gonna go in. I'm gonna like do my spinning ninjutsu, and like
Excellent.
just get in there and
Tear 'em up.
wreck some stuff up.
All right, give me a roll, and I think we had determined it was a 6, was it, with your halberd?
Mm-hmm. So just a 6.
Just a fantastic.
Just a 6.
Okay, well I got a 2, so you got 4 shifts, and then you get 4 from your halberd, right?
Yeah, I do.
That's so.
And if there's anything left of him that's not just like cleaved in 2, I'm willing to spend a point. I'm going for it, man. It's time.
8, we said. 2 of them are dead, and 1 of them is almost dead.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, ow, my toe!
Just a whirlwind of blood and viscera, limbs being severed. And if you want to invoke, you would probably kill the last one with 2 more, yeah.
Oh, well then... Could I say this Sour Finger gives me strength?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Either way, if you don't, I'll just...
There it is.
Sour finger gives you strength.
You're reminded when his toe flops off.
Oh, I got all 3 of them. Nice.
Excellent.
Good.
The whirlwind of death. Jerry Bonbach.
Damn.
The flapping
That's nasty.
black patch of nothingness. Drifts forward. Make me a defense. This is athletics defense.
Is it considered a physical or a missile
It's
attack?
physical. It's like
Okay.
reaching out and trying to touch you. Looking at a 3.
I have a 5.
Excellent. Yeah, it's reaching out to try and touch you, and you're dodging out of the way, and its fingers like brush along your carapace, and you see just like that it has just burned away, like as if it has turned that into nothingness, right? Just like a scratch in your but it wasn't, you didn't feel any kind of physical contact of it pulling it. It was just like as if wherever it touched it's dissolved into nothingness, and it was just this little piece of your carapace, so you don't take any damage. Eating away flesh with an annihilating touch.
Jesus.
And
Is there any like sound effects to it? Like maybe like if you lit gunpowder, like a...
yeah, I like that. Also, make me another one, another athletics
Attacking twice?
defense. This is from the priestess. A breath of annihilation.
So it's a 6 this time. Is that right? Did I calculate that right? 2 plus... yeah. Oh, wait, is she doing a missile?
Yes.
Okay,
It's a
then... when defending against versus missiles in acrobatic combat, gain teamwork from your melee and unarmed combat skills.
Yes, you get a +1. So a blast of void energy streaks out from this orb. She like points at you, and then this orb, like this ray of blackness, shoots by you, and you cartwheel.
I was thinking maybe I had like angled my halberd just right so that it like ricocheted off.
Ooh, you don't want to do that.
Oh, don't do that?
No.
Okay, so just avoid it.
Do that, yeah.
Don't do that.
You start to, and you raise it up, and then it just like the ray just punches a hole into the, like, you turn your blade on its side to like block it, and just punches a hole through the side of through the blade.
So that's how I got that hole.
Indeed. Unfortunately, we have to wrap up though, guys. It's 7:30.
What a cliffhanger,
We gotta
though.
transition to the next thing. To the next thing.
We were
So-
totally gonna destroy her, though.
You'll have to find out, viewers at home, how this ends by playing Chronicles of Future and Swallower of Souls. Oh, I feel bad doing that, but
Who knows? Maybe we'll finish up one day.
yeah.
One more.
But we got terrain to build and things to move around. So stay tuned. We might disconnect for a short minute, lovely viewers, as we rearrange things here. But rest assured, we will be streaming shortly. Legend of Five Elders, 5th edition Kung Fu Gloriousness, run by local GM Shag. So we'll catch you in a half an hour at 8 o'clock, and we're going to keep a camera up of terrain being built. So yeah, catch up with you guys later, and thanks for joining.
See you soon.